What a day of tennis it's been. Wimbledon is over. Carlos Alcaraz Djokovic was the great final we was hoping. And Carlos Alcaraz wins his first Wimbledon title. Here we go. Let's start off with a great graphic of Carlos Alcaraz. He said his dream was to win Roland Garros and Wimbledon. Well, he's done part 2 of it. Roland Garros next year, I'm sure he will be a favourite. And what a final we have witnessed here today. It was absolutely epic. 20-year-old Carlos Alcaraz is a Wimbledon champion. He beats 7-time champion Novak Djokovic, who was in a 34-match winning streak, 1-6, 7-6, 6-1, 3-6, 6-4 to win his second career Grand Slam title. What a champion. And let's know, this was one of the longest Wimbledon final matches of all time. The only one I can recall which was longer was, of course, the famous Djokovic-Federer final of 2019. It was only about 10 or 15 minutes shorter than that one. And we got to see some amazing tennis. It had everything. We saw the delicate touch of Carlos Alcaraz in big moments with the drop shots. We saw the fighting instinct of Novak Djokovic to break back in crucial moments and stick in there with Carlos in that fourth set. It had everything, the match. There was so much drama, so much emotion, and Carlos Alcaraz managed to come out on top, beating a guy who's not lost on centre court for over 10 years. It's simply incredible. 20-year-old Carlos Alcaraz, he's got the world at his feet right now. He's world number 1. You'd think he's now going to go into all of the other slams feeling confident. He has no weakness. There isn't a weakness with this kid. He can do a bit of everything. The next tweet we've got is, he is now the first man not named Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, Novak Djokovic or Andy Murray to win Wimbledon since 2002. You can just see some of the names down this side. It's all them guys. It's the big 3 plus Murray. They've dominated it here on the grass. And now Alcaraz puts his name on such a historic list. Probably the most historic list of tennis players you could possibly find, the Wimbledon champions. And you think the mad thing is, with Djokovic coming to the end of his career now, Federer's retired, Nadal looking very much like he's coming to the end of his career, he's going to have a free run at this Wimbledon. I'm not sure who can beat him. He is simply better than most of the other players on tour right now. And it's going to be so hard to not think that this guy's going to win multiple Wimbledon titles, plus Roland Garros, plus the US Open, plus Australian Opens. It's just sublime. The next tweet we've got, and I like this one, after he won, he spent some time with Djokovic's son. Obviously a nice touch, and it just shows the human side of Carlos Alcaraz and Novak Djokovic for that matter. Djokovic had so much dignity and humility in his loss, very kind words to say about Alcaraz, and me and Ben are going to speak about that in more detail later on tonight on the podcast, so please join us for that. But I thought this was just a nice one to include, because maybe we won't include it later, and that was Carlos Alcaraz spending the time to speak to Djokovic's son. And you know that he will always have these memories. He'll never forget that. It's been a sad day, of course, for the Djokovic family, losing a historic match, but they've taken it so well. And it shows what a champion Djokovic and his whole family really are. This one, Djokovic's loss to Carlos Alcaraz, means Roger Federer holds the record for the most Wimbledon titles of all time. You'd think Djokovic will play Wimbledon next year, and he'll certainly be up there as a favourite. Even though it's a year on, and he's got the chance to equal this record, but it's not to be in 2023. The last one I have, and that is Novak Djokovic to Carlos Alcaraz. I'm going to end on a joke, and this was Djokovic's joke after the match on centre court, saying, "I thought I'll have more trouble with you only on clay and hard courts." And Carlos enjoyed that one and had a laugh. It's true. Like, I didn't give him much of a chance at this year's Wimbledon. Granted, I had him coming to the final, but I didn't believe he could beat Djokovic on grass. He's never really shown much grass court pedigree. Of course, before he come to Wimbledon, he did win Queens. And now I think you can consider Carlos Alcaraz as an all court, all surface man who can beat anyone on his day. But there we go. Let me wrap it up there. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Carlos Alcaraz wins his second Grand Slam, his first Wimbledon. I'm very excited about it. Let me know what you guys think. And of course, if you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you later on for a big Carlos Alcaraz podcast. See you then.